Hey guys, welcome back. We are doing lesson 7 in phonics. So let's start by sharing my screen. All right, Unit 2, Lesson 7. Our main targets today, I can read and act out phrases, I can read tricky words, and I can ask questions about key details in the story at the reef. So grammar, let's talk grammar right now. Identifying nouns. A person, place, or thing is called a noun. For example, we have a girl, a boy, Statue of Liberty, and a slice of pizza. Those are all nouns. Proper nouns are proper because they name someone or something specific. For example, Florence Nightingale is shown right here on this slide. Listen to these two nouns, which refers to a specific person, Jane or girl. You're right, it's Jane. Jane is a proper noun because it names a specific person. Proper nouns help us identify specific people, things. For example, we have Blake and we have Katie. Now I'm going to have a female student raise their hand. Let's all say her name. Oh, look, there's Jamie raising her hand. Everybody say Jamie.
Jamie.
Her name is a proper noun. Now all of the girls raise your hands. The word girl refers to many students in this class, not just one, and it is not a proper noun. Okay, I'm going to have a male student raise his hand. Let's all say his name. Eric. Good. Now all of the boys raise your hands. The word boy refers to many students in the class, not just one. It is not a proper noun. Wiggle cards. So let's read some phrases, and after we read a phrase, we will act it out. All right, greet a pal. Hi, Jamie. Hop 3 times. Wave and smile. Stand in line. Sleep. I'd like to sleep. Rise and shine. Hiss like a snake. Be a tree. My tree?
I love your tree.
Graze like a deer. Okay, you're supposed to get down on all fours and act like you're eating grass. You can't see me, okay? But just imagine I'm eating grass like a deer. Stand on your heels. Standing on my heels. Okay, let's play some baseball. That's good. I need to rest now after that. It says I'm going to divide the class into 2 teams, and each team's going to take a turn at bat. Well, when you come to bat, you're supposed to read a word. And if you did it right, your team gets a point. And I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. Well, let's just go ahead and set my timer for 10 minutes. Get my phone out. timer. 10 minutes. Hitting start. So how this works is you've got to read a word. If you read it correctly, you get to move to the base. And if you miss it, that means it's a strike. Okay, so 3 strikes and you're out. And so the next team comes up to bat. So first word, what is that word? It's A. Great. Let's run to first. Next word. Oh, that's I. Great. We're going to run on to second. Oh, that word is no. Ooh, we can run to third. So, woo, look at us go. We got a home run. Team, 1 point. Let's keep going until we miss a word. Off. That's 1 strike. It's 1 out. Next word. All. Run to first base. Some. Oh, no, that's wrong. That's 2 strikes. That word is some. Some. Next word. From, yes, we'll take that from. So you can go to first base again. No, second base, sorry.
Yeah, second base.
I'm on second base. Sorry, guys. I'm getting myself mixed up. I don't know that word. What is that word? Oh, it's word. Word. Okay. So that would be our 3 outs. So now it's time for the other team to come up. Let's see if they can score a run. Let me erase those. All right. R. First base. Way to go. Have. Ooh, we can go to second base now. Were. We'll go to third base. 1. Oh, we made it home. Hot dog. We got to run. Let's keep going. Once. Good. Our next word. 2. Well, that was an easy word, wasn't it? Do. Oh, that was another easy word. We're on third base now. 2, like the number 2. Yeah, you made it home. Oh my goodness. We have 2 runs to 1 run. Woo! This is a good baseball game, isn't it? Next word. Who? Yes. First base. I feel like I need a phony going, we're number 1. We're number 1.
Should I do the wave?
Ooh, Miss Ray's Okay. Let's see. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Our Zoom decided to unzoom, and so there may be a pause in the middle of this video in our baseball game. So let's get back to sharing our screen again, and let's see what's going on here. Okay, so our tricky word there is says. Says. So let's go ahead and take us to home plate, and that will give us 3 runs to 1 run. Way to go. Way to go. Let's see here. Our next word, what is that? Was. Yes. So let's go to first base. Good job. First base. What's that word? Win. Good. Win. So now we're on second base. What's that word? Were. No, that's not word. Can you guys tell me what word that is? It's where. Great job. Where. What is that word? Why? Yes. So we can go to second base. What? Very good. Go to third base. What is that word? Which? Oh, you guys can take it home. Way to go. So we are now at 4-1 with 1 out. Amazing. What word is that? Here. Great job. So we're running first base again. What's that word there? It's there. Great. You're running to second base. This team is amazing. Wow. Well, the game is over because we ran out of words. You guys did great at knowing those tricky words. All right. So now it's the reading part of our phonics lesson. And our reading lesson today is called At the Reef. At the Reef. So I'm going to go to the table of contents so we can take a look at today's story, At the Reef. So let me escape down. Need to hide that panel for a moment. Well, at the reef, it is under my bar and I can't get my bar to move. Of course not. Okay, so it is actually on page 34 here, since I can't get my bar to move, and it's called At the Reef. Why do you think it's called At the Reef? Why do you think it's called At the Reef? Maybe because it's at an ocean? Okay. So let's start by looking at this. I'm going to stop sharing here a second because I need to bring it back up underneath. Okay. All right. So today's story, At the Reef. So the title of the story often gives us a clue as to what the story is about. Does anyone know what a reef is? Well, I think it's a place where fish live and swim. It's like a habitat. And we have habitats in science and social studies. A reef is an underwater ridge or bump made up of sand, rocks, and or coral in the ocean. A reef can have a lot of different fish and other sea life living around it. Now remember, Gran is adventurous and likes to try new things. So let's make some predictions about what she might do at a reef. So what do you think she might do at this reef? I'm thinking she might scuba dive and go underwater and see all these fish. What do you think? Well, let's go on. Let's practice some spellings here. The E sound with the double E. The I line E, that sounds like I. And then we've got a couple tricky words. The E, like in sea, bees, eel, reef, and meat. Then we have the I sound like, Mike, ride, glide, mile, smile, and hive. And then our two tricky words are he and she. So let's preview some vocabulary. You've got 4 words there at the bottom: miles, eels, hang glide, and hive. So what is a mile? It's a unit of distance, okay? Unit of distance. What about eels? It's a long fish that looks like a snake, doesn't it? Look at that. Ugh. And then hang glide is a sport where a person is in a harness and it's attached to a parachute type material. And they can fly or glide through the air. Then you have the word hive, where bees live. So let's read today's story to find out what types of adventures that Gran had at the reef. So let me escape here. Our story is this one. At the reef, Josh asked Gran what it was like when she went to the reef. Well, Gran says, it was a lot of fun. I made a plan to meet my pal Mike. I had to ride my bike 9 miles to the reef to meet Mike. That's a long ride, says Jen. And there's Gran on her bike. Whoops. When I got there, I went on a dive to see the fish and the eels. With Mike? Josh asked. No, Gran says, Mike did not dive with me. He went to hang glide. Did he like it? Jen asked. Not so much, Gran says with a smile. Why not? Asked Josh. It must be lots of fun to hang glide. And there's his Mike up there hang gliding, and there's Gran down there scuba diving. Did he crash? Asked Jen. No, says Gran, but he did have a bad time. When it was time to land, he hit a hive of bees and he got stung 10 times. Yikes, says Jen. And there he is getting stung with all those bees. Yikes. All right, so I'm gonna go back. Sorry, friends. Right, friends, don't know what happened. Apparently I'm struggling today. So let's go to share my screen to finish up this lesson. All right, so we've got some discussion questions here that we need to answer. Were there any parts of the story that were confusing to you? Were there any parts that were confusing? I didn't get confused, did you? No? Okay. Let's go to the next one. Was your prediction correct about what Gran was going to do at the reef? Oh, it was. She did go scuba diving, didn't she? Man. How far did Gran have to ride her bike? I think she rode 9 miles, don't you? What did Gran do while at the reef? She went swimming, didn't she, down in the water while her friend Mike hang glided. What did Gran's friend Mike do? He hang glided. Did he enjoy it? No. How did his time go while hang gliding? It didn't, did it? Because what happened to him? He got stung 10 times by the bees. We have used the word adventurous to describe Gran. After today's story, what other words might you use to describe her? She likes to try new things, doesn't she? Yes, she is adventurous. She's fun, exciting. Think of a different word that you could use to describe Gran. All right, so let's look at our worksheet, 7.1. All right, so at the reef, I'm not going to answer the questions. That is your job today, okay? So at the reef, number 1, where did Gran plan to meet Mike? And you have to choose one of the answers. On number 2, what did Gran ride to get to the reef? So you need to write your answer on that one. Number 3, what did Mike do when Gran swam with the fish? What was he doing? And number 4, why did Mike have a bad time? What happened to Mike? I know, and I think you know too. So let's go back. In our story. Okay. Okay, you have a take-home worksheet there to read at home. So your learning targets today were I can read and act out phrases, I can read tricky words, I can ask and answer questions about key details in the story at the reef. So I am going to stop sharing. All right, so that is the end of our lesson. It was an exciting one, needless to say. So hopefully you got a lot from it. Until tomorrow, bye guys.